Doesn't seem to get any picks though. Is going to get that immortality field. Logan's going to back out there again. Thywood, almost a complete ult charge. And a dragon is going to go out. And looks like they're going to try and stall out this and keep it going for as long as possible. Concordia now in the lead. 43% of that capture right there. They're going to stall that out as much as they can before the flip happens. You can see they're still in there. It's going to be close. And with 50% taken by 51%, it's going to finally switch over. Nice. Concordia gets themselves regrouped here for this next push. Some damage coming in there, you can see. But looks like they're gonna go in there. That minefield's gonna go out. Buttercup's gonna get picked off. Dean of Mean is gonna actually get picked off as well from those mines. That's gonna be incredibly useful. And they've got a couple of people on there, just that BAP and that Diva coming in. Watch that Diva ult there. Everybody just get this line of sight. Looks like both the supports are down, but that's gonna be enough for Concordia to still flip it over. With 77% of that capture rate going on there. You can see Concordia moving forward a little bit now just to get some more distance between the enemy team and that capture point. Get them a little bit more space they get. You can see here we got some more ults getting built up. Both of those support ults ready now. We'll see which one gets dropped first, whether it's going to be Echoes or somebody else is here. You can see that monkey around in the back, trying to get a little bit of distractions in there, but not quite enough. Zephyrus is going to get that pick. And you can see here, Concordia is going to get the advantage there. That Dragon Breath by Jerryman actually going to get 2 out. And we're going to see that Zephyrus dropping his ult there. That's going to get them a little bit more here. You can see here, we're almost at that 99. There's that overtime that we were looking for. We'll see if and Zephyrus is going to back themselves out a little bit here. Get that pick there. And Concordia is going to get themselves regrouped as they get ready here. And let's see here. They've got one more good chance to get one last push in there to flip it back over. You can see Logan sneaking in there. He's going to drop those mines as well. Get a little bit more spread out damage there. And there's that ultimate there, the Reaper. There's 3 ults coming in there. And we're going to see Thywood coming out there as well with the monkey. Get everybody basically off the point as much as possible. Logan gets a pick there on Jerryman. And you can see it's just a couple left there. It's a pretty evenly matched side. Both are at that 99% pick there on Blitz. Almost gets the flip there. We'll see here if Logan can sneak back in. Doesn't quite manage to do it in the first round. He's not going to go to Concordia, unfortunately. And it looks like, there we are. We're going now. We are, in fact, going live. We love to see that. Alright, and with that first round done here, we're going to go to the Sanctum now in Nepal. This is a very interesting map to keep an eye on, especially the big difference that you'll see between this one and the last one is you have those huge just drops there that are going to be incredibly useful for both teams. And as the teams get ready for this next round, you can see Thywood switching over to Sigma. The rest of the comp for Concordia looks pretty the same though. Still got that BAP. And with that, we're going to get going for this next round here. Logan, of course, going to get that rollout with him and try to get a little bit in there, get some picks off right off the top. We'll see here now. Looks like Concordia's going to drop through that side there. You can see the as they drop in and get going there. Logan's actually going to get the first pick. Jerryman switching over to Farah for this next round. But that's going to be not quite enough, and they'll get the pick. And Concordia's going to move on to that objective point to capitalize and get that first capture. They're going to get that. You can see. Alright, Reaction gets a pick there on Buttercup, but not before Buttercup gets a pick off on. See. Logan coming in around behind, getting a little bit of sleep, trying to get a bit more damage picked off on that back line, but Zephyrus manages to get a couple of really good picks there as well with that Deadeye ultimate. not managing to knock out both of those supports for Grandview. And so far, Concordia's doing a really good job this round. We're already at 38% of that capture rate, and Grandview has not been able to do much so far. You can see Grandview's starting to regroup. They've got that main room to get through. That's going to be a bit of a challenge for them getting in. And it looks like we've already got a decent chunk of ults coming in already. Papa Bear's pretty close to being done here. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a few more for Concordia. And speaking of ultimates, there goes 2 for Grandview. Probably going to see that Winston ult get dropped in just a moment. A Diva bomb coming in as well. Gonna not really hit anybody, but Buttercup is going to be able to get... You can see here now, Grandview's finally getting that flip, but not before Concordia manages to get 64% of the capture there. So Concordia definitely has the advantage going into this round, and now it's just up to Concordia to regroup and get back there pretty quickly. You can see we've got 3 ultimates there, almost 4. Tywood's got his, almost got his, Lucio and both of the DPS have their ults as well. You can see Logan getting in there, get a few disruptions in. And there goes ultimate number 1. That's going to be reactions. Logan's going to come in and get a couple there. Echo manages to come off. And we'll see if that boot comes in there. Ooh, reactions getting a nice pick there from Buttercup. Knocking in one of the DPS. And you can see that the Diva coming out. Looks like there's just 2 people on that point there. Just that Lucio and the Mei. Now it's just up for them to pick him off. You can see that's one of the big things that you'll see, especially with this. Ooh, and Jerryman just casually getting a quick pick off on Echo and immediately getting picked off by Zephyrus. 71% on the capture for Concordia. Looks like 47%, just under half for Grandview. So Concordia's definitely got the advantage right now. And there's probably going to be 2 at the most decent team fights that Grandview will be able to pull if they can't get a flip on this first pick here. Looks like it's going to be 1, actually. Grandview probably trying to regroup. They're going to go into that small room from the looks of things. Try and get a little bit of that advantage. And you can see Zephyrus getting his ult going. He's going to do that, get a couple of really good picks. He manages to knock out both of the tanks. And Concordia's get to overtime. You can see that quick pick there on Jerryman. And it looks like it's just 1 left for Grandview, and that's going to be pretty much everybody. I believe that was a full team kill, but that's going to be enough to get round 2 to Concordia of this 3rd round. We love to see that. And as we go into round number 3 for this first matchup, it's going to be 1-1, which we love to see. Grandview taking it in the first round, but Concordia managing to come back and get it in Sanctum. And now as we get into this 3rd set in Nepal here, we're going to be going to our 3rd and final location for this capture, or control stage. No real switches coming off here. We're actually going to switch from Reaper over to Soldier 76. Aside from that, though, Concordia's team comps stayed pretty consistent this round. They've been doing a pretty good job of picking characters that they know how to use well and using them to their advantage. Logan, of course, and as we get into round number 3, Logan, of course, going to start with that rollout, get a little bit more distance. Looks like both teams are going to go for that high ground approach there. You can see the monkey coming in. And he's going to try and get some picks. Zephyrus gets the first pick of this round, knocking out Jerryman. And he is going to get picked off by Buttercup there from Grandview. Logan managed to get a pick off on Strike, and Buttercup's going to get a pick off on Papa Bear. You can see now if we go down to the point, you'll see that it's 1-1. There looks like it's just those supports down there, but there is the tanks in there. And as I say that, Tywood's going to get that last pick off on the tank, or on Dex as Lucio, and the first capture is going to go to Concordia. You can already see we got a decent number of ult charges being built up. Logan already at 50%. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the other heroes have more ult charge already. Ooh, and a good stun there. Gonna get Logan just barely knocked out of that. Is he gonna be able to escape? He's just going to slightly make it out, get a little bit of health there in that health pack. You can see here, Tywood doing some really good damage as well. Zephyrus as well, getting a couple of decent picks. Tywood's gonna get both of those there as the tanks, and Logan's gonna back himself. And a good pick there from Logan on Jerry, and he's going to follow that up with 2 more picks. Zephyrus getting in there to help out as well. And so far, Concordia's doing a really good job this round, keeping this point virtually uncontested. You can see that a lot of ults are being built up. We've got 3 almost there. Both the tanks having theirs, and 3 having his as well. Soldier ult being dropped, I believe, in that last team fight. And it looks like Grandview is going to try going down that main path for this next team fight, but it doesn't. And as I say that, Grandview is going to move down onto the point, and there's going to be one of those ults dropped. A good cancel there from Zephyrus, getting a couple of ults there, and Zephyrus is going to get a decent number of those picks as well. Looks like it's just Mei left on that point, and Reaction's going to go over and get Buttercup picked up. And let's see here, Grandview is going to have one more decent push left to go if they want to be able to get this round. They have not been able to make a good capture on this last point. And as I say that, Grandview is going to move down. Zephyrus is going to get the first pick there, getting one of the supports. That's going to be a major deal. And as they move in there, we'll see that ultimate getting dropped by Grandview's Lucio. They're going to get in there and get the capture, but not before Reactions to get back in there and stalls it off. The Mei ult's going to come in there, try and get some more picks and use that to their advantage. Only one person left for the Grandview side, and it looks like they're going to get that flip. Not quite. Concordia just barely staying on there. And as I say that, Zephyrus gets the last 2 picks, and that first round, that first match is going to go to Concordia. Coming in from behind to get those last 2 points captured on Nepal. We'll take a moment here and see what... we're not going to take a moment and see what the play of the game is. What a shame. What a shame. Alright, and while we get ready for this next round, we'll take a look at our 2 teams. For Grandview Red, which is kind of ironic considering they are the blue team in this match. We've got Buttercup, Dex99, Juryman, Dean of Mean, Blitz, and Shirik. And of course, for Concordia, Nebraska, we got Logan the Fry, Tywood, Echoes, Bleach, Zephyrus, Reactions, and Mr. Papa Bear.
All right, we'll take just a quick break here. Let you rest up just a touch there, and I gotta figure out some stream stuff as well. But we'll be back.
Yeah, it seemed to be being funky.
It's lagging a little bit. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, and it's like way back on the stream. Like, it is very far behind. For our next one, that's going to be our hybrid. All right, looks like we're back in for our next round here. We're going to be going to Numbani. This is going to be a hybrid map where the teams are first going to have to get a 100% capture on that main point, and then once that point has been captured, escort a payload for a brief distance. And as we get ourselves ready here for this first round, we will see how these teams shake up their plans for and their picks for this next round. All right, and let's take a look and see who we got going on for this round. For Concordia, we've got Reactions coming in as Farah. Looks like, let's see here, we got Echoes Bleach coming in as Moira. We got Zephyrus coming in as McCree. There's Reactions again as Farah. Let's see, we've got Tywood as... Oh yes, we got Mr. Papa Bear as Anna, Tywood coming in as Sigma, and then last but not least, Logan the Fry coming in as Hammond the Wrecking Ball. He was getting a lot of good stuff with that this last round here in Nepal, so we'll see what that's going to do for him this next round. And as we get this next round going, we'll see that rollout coming in just to get a little bit of extra distance in there and see some slight advantages.
Activating
He's
the
going to
barrier.
try and go for those off flanks. Tywood putting up that shield just to deflect a little bit of damage so the rest of his team can get around in there. Looks like we're going to be seeing a Symmetra and an Ana and a Soldier on the side for Grandview Red. And as I say that, there we go. Logan's going to swing back in with the rest of his team, pick up a couple of turrets on the way as well. We're going to see that first fight coming in there, right in there. Zephyrus picks up the last of those turrets, but not before Echoes, Leech, and Tywood get picked off by Buttercup and Jerryman, respectively. It's going to be a slight disadvantage here, because those two are going to have to come in, and having one tank and one support knocked out of the way makes it a little bit more of a challenge for this team to contest, especially since Concordia wasn't really able to get any good picks on that first team fight. However, though, we've already got some decent ultimates built up, which is going to be a huge advantage for this next team fight for Concordia. Let's see here, as the teams get themselves ready and moving in. Looks like they're going to go for that low ground on the left side there. Get a quick glance at the team comp for Grandview as well. Tywood's going to start moving forwards here, going around, trying to get that high ground. You can see both of the tanks and the McCree up there as well, and Tywood's going to back down. Let's see here. Echoes Bleach gets picked off once again by Shrike, and Reactions gets a pick off, first pick for Concordia on Buttercup. We're going to have people moving in here as Logan the Fry slightly gets picked off, but Papa Bear gets a nice pick off on one of those tanks as well. Reactions coming in, getting a few picks. There's one, there's two, and there's two ults dropped there. We're going to see that High Noon as well as that Ana power up there being used. And Concordia's going to get that first capture with just under 2 minutes left on the clock. Logan Fry getting up there, getting a little bit more ults. You can already see he's very close to having that ultimate. And as I say that, he's going to roll through, get a little bit of more ult charge, back himself out as best as he can. And in doing so, also manages to pull the rest of the defending team away from that payload, which is going to make it a lot easier for Concordia to push up forwards. And speaking of which, there's that ultimate there. You're going to see the Winston dropping onto the point there. Diva Bomb coming in from Grandview. That's not really going to do anything, though, except for take out a shield. And you'll see here now, a couple of picks. Logan's going to drop that that minefield. Jerryman's unfortunately going to pick him off, and there he goes. And you see here, though, despite this, looks like Concordia's going pretty unchallenged except for a few small things. Zephyrus manages to get a nice pick there on the Diva. You can see that Winston going and trying to get a little bit of high ground advantage there, but he's going to go up against Logan the Fry and get a little bit of assistance down there on the ground from Zephyrus, which will help out. You can see Zephyrus trying to go in there, going to get a nice sneak peek behind the back pick on Mercy. And Reactions gets a nice pick off on Jerryman, but unfortunately gets picked off by Blitz right afterwards. You can see the McCree there in the back. You can see there's two left there on the point. Very close to that first capture stage. You can see Tywood's got his ultimate ready to go, but he's going to back off, let the rest of his team catch up. We can also see that Moira ult's coming in there as well. Those will be incredibly useful. Zephyrus is going to try and get a little bit more ultimate charge there built up. Try and get some damage dealt from a safe distance. And that Sigma ult's going to get dropped in there. There's going to be one pick by Zephyrus, two picks by Tywood. And that's going to be enough for Concordia to get that second point captured. Strike gets picked off, but first the tank and then the Diva herself. And with a little over 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock, Concordia's got a pretty decent chunk of time left to go. We're going to see Jerryman switching over to Sombra for this last pick, hopefully to get a little bit of hacks in there. Dex is going to get that res on Sombra, though, so she'll probably be... And speaking of those hacks, there you go. You can see those will be incredibly useful, especially in those later fights. Deadeye is ready for the McCree there, and Papa Bear's got his ultimate ready to go as well. Papa Bear usually doing DPS and tank, not necessarily as much of the support role, but so far been doing a very good job. We're going to see a Roadhog coming in now from Grandview, get a little bit in there as well. But you can see Logan the Fry has been doing some good taking out of those teams. And with 5 people on the payload, there's going to be a lot going. See that Moira ult getting dropped here. Blitz gets picked off by Echo's ults, or Echo Bleach's ults. That Deadeye, though, gonna pick off one. The Sombra hack coming in there. That's gonna get some people, but Buttercup's gonna get picked off. Dex is gonna get picked off. Still contesting, just that Diva on the point there. And as we say that, that Diva gets demeched. We'll see, and there she goes. And Blitz gets picked off. Zephyr's getting a very good job on those picks. We can see that. Now we got that Tracer and that Wrecking Ball coming in there. That's going to get two of them off there. Two picks there. Blitz is going to get picked off. And Tyler's going to get a pick on Jerryman. And that's going to be the last. Almost, I say that. Very close. Just under 0.2 of a meter left to go. Grandview's doing a very good job of stalling out this time, but it's not going to be enough. And with 59 seconds on the clock, round 1 is going to go to Concordia, Nebraska, getting all 3 captures taken care of.
3-0. Switching sides.
And with minute 59, we'll switch sides there. Get a nice view of Nimbani. We'd show you more, but we're not in free cam mode. Unfortunately, we only get to spectate our team for this round, but that's okay. We've got 15 seconds to look at the scenery while we wait for Concordia to switch over to the defense. And we'll see what Concordia is going to pick for this defending round in just about 5 seconds.
Yeah, they, finished it all up within just about 2 minutes.
Yeah, very quick finish.
Yeah, hopefully they can put up a really strong defense on this. And
I love reading your journal.
just talk so I
So
can give you
jealous you get to
a
grow
chance to
up.
catch your breath. Great job.
No, you're fine, man.
I guess
Thank
we
you.
Yeah,
didn't get in
it's
trouble very much.
now we get to defend, so it's kind of exciting now. Obviously, if Concordia is able to hold the entire time, that's the 2-map win we're looking for. So, wanting to get the win early so we can go to the third map without feeling all the pressure coming on.
Yeah.
To get the win.
And keeping with that, you can already see on the defensive side, Concordia's picking some new characters that we haven't seen so far from them tonight. That'll definitely give them a bit of an advantage. You can see Papa Bear coming in here as Baptiste, but also more importantly, we've got that May coming in here as well. The May is going to be incredibly useful for Concordia to be able to stall out that point, make it a lot easier for them to get picks, and more importantly, just be annoying. Because nothing says annoying better than a character that is constantly slowing you down. And as you can see here, that's already working out very well in their favor. That's going to give them the first pick of this next round, and follow that up with 2 more, actually. You can see the Grandview's also got themselves a May, but it's not going to be quite enough because they are going to get steamrolled down. And that's going to be basically the entire team wiped out in this first 30-second matchup. You can also see as well, Logan the Fry coming in there with a Diva. That's also a huge advantage just because it gives them the ability, gives Concordia the ability to dive in, especially hone in on those targets, that Diva and that May together. Just moving in and aggressively taking out picks from Grandview's team.
Thank you, Kyle.
And you can see now Grandview's getting ready for the second round. Looks like that is gonna drop that Immortality Field in a really weird spot. You can see we got a few new swaps as well. We got the Reinhardt as well. She-Rake gets picked off there. You can see the May around on the backward side. Not doing a lot. We got an Ashe as well for Grandview. A couple on the point there, but it's not going to be quite enough. You can see Grandview's getting a couple of nice picks there. As I say that, Dax manages to get a pick on Echo's Bleach. There's going to be 4-2. And Logan actually manages to get a nice pick there with that Diva Bomb. It's not going to be quite enough, though. Buttercup had that shield and was able to fire a strike. But it did cost Grandview a decent chunk of time, which more importantly, gives Concordia the option to regroup, especially close here. You can see Reaction now switching back over to the Reaper. Been doing a lot for him. We saw it working out really well for him in Nepal. And with these ults that we've got building up here, Zephyr's already got that Deadeye. Probably looking for a nice off angle to get that. Let's get into it now. You can see now that since Concordia most of them got picked off pretty early, it gave them the chance to regroup a lot closer than had they gotten picked up late. You can see now Zephyr's still waiting in position for a good angle for that flank. The Bob is going to come in there. That's going to be... We're going to try and see that get picked off pretty quickly. There it goes. Jerryman does get Tywood with that Bob ultimate, though. And Zephyrs is going to get a pick as well, knocking out one of the supports. You can see here, Logan's going to back out. Zephyr's getting a couple of decent picks. And that May Blizzard going to come in as well. You can see at this point... There's another pick there. Echo's going to drop their ult as well. You can see supports are doing a lot here, especially now with that contesting going on there, being able to move up and stay pretty close. The big challenge for Concordia now that they have in this round is if they do get picked off, not making it back pretty quickly and not avoiding other picks, simply because since they are now on the, since that first point has been captured, they have a lot longer of a way to go to get back to the team fights. Shriek gets a pick off on Echo's Bleach there. You can see reactions coming in from behind, getting a nice pick there on Buttercup, and Zephyrus is going to get a pick on the Lucio there from Dex. And 3 minutes left on the clock for Grandview. It's not looking that great. Zephyrus gets another pick there on Ash. You can already see some more ults getting charged up. Reactions almost got theirs ready. And Zephyrus has got theirs back entirely. Zephyrus has been doing a lot of really good things this game, managing to get some really good plays and some really good picks. And that aim has been incredibly helpful for Concordia this round. And as I say that, Zephyrus is going to sneak around behind. You can see him starting to turn around there, trying to get a good place to get those flanks. Not going to be quite enough, though. He's going to back out, get out before he gets too damaged. That Ryan Shatter is going to come down, get a decent number of Buttercup managing to get Papa Bear off there. And Shriek gets Zephyrus finally there. But you can see we got a little over 2 minutes left on the clock for Grandview. And they've been making real slow progress. As I say that, there's another contest going on there. And you'll see here that as we cross underneath, 2 minutes left, Tywood and Reaction's finally getting picked off. Logan's going to get picked off as well, but it's still being contested. And as I say that, Echoes finally gets picked off, and that gives Grandview the chance to get that second objective point. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left on the clock for Grandview. Depending on how long it takes them, they're probably going to be at a disadvantage when it comes to time. Concordia getting themselves a chance to regroup and get themselves back together. Looks like Grandview is going to start moving forward a little bit more just so they have a bit more advantage. And as I say that Ryan Buttercup's going to start moving up, trying to get a little bit more in there. Freak gets a pick off on Logan's Diva Mac, and Papa Bear gets a pick off on Blitz. You can see Zephyrus moving up in position. He's going to try and get that. Oh. That May's following him up, though, so it may not work out as well for him as he would have planned. Some decent Ash TNT coming in there, getting a lot of people. Reaction switching over now to Echo. We haven't seen an Echo today, and as I say that, we aren't seeing Echo again because Jerryman manages to get a pick. We gotta wait on that respawn. Immortality Field going down, getting picked off by Echoes. Streak gets the pick off on Echo's Bleach, though. Tywood's gonna get a few more damage in there. We've got 2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. It's gonna be incredibly close here. We'll see how long Concordia can hold this off. And it's gonna be nearly identical on time. Concordia only getting just over 1 second left in this next round. We're gonna go into round 3.
Score 3-3.
And that brings the total score to 3-3 for both sides. Going to be a bit closer of a match. Since Concordia does have that 1 second advantage, they are going to be defending on this next round. But that 1 second might make the world of difference. As the teams get themselves picked up and ready to go for this next round, we'll take a look and see what we've got going on.
It's a perfect day.
Looks like Reactions are going to come in with Junkrat.
Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Quadruple.
Soldier 76 coming back as well from Tywood. Or was that Zephyrus?
Attackers
We'll see here.
incoming in 30 seconds.
What a bunch of misfits and freaks we got.
Of course, we got that Diva coming back from Logan the Fry as well. Aside from the Junkrat swap, not a huge change in the team comp for Concordia this round. We can still see that Moira as well as the Sigma, as well as the Soldier voice line spam.
5,
Don't think that was their last round, but we'll see what we get for this next round here. You can see Echo's Bleach moving forward a little bit, get a little bit of early ultimate charge. Papa Bear coming back in with the Ana. And Zephyr's going to start doing some damage right off the top of the bat. Try and get a little bit more picked off as well. Looks like Grantwood's going to try and go through that lower choke point. You can see it there on the bottom. As I say that, there they go in. They're moving in there. Reaction's chucking those junk bombs in. You can see on the top, though, there, they do have that... oh, they got a Symmetra this round. That's going to be a big thing to keep an eye out for, is those Symmetra turrets. Shrike gets a couple of picks there, getting Zephyrus entirely and Logan the Fry's tank, but not before Logan the Fry can get a pick off on Shrike. Papa Bear dropping down, get a little bit of healing from the back line. Nobody seems to really notice that he's there, though. Get some extra picks there. Dino Man doing a lot this round. You can see that teleporter still up there. But Papa Bear is going to focus at this point on backing out and getting to safety, just so that he can keep healing his teammate. Logan the Fry getting some recharge. You can see the rest of the Concordia, Nebraska team starting to come in here now. We got some decent ultimate build-up already. As I say that, Papa Bear gets his fully charged. Reaction switching over to the Pharah now. Been working out a lot for him this round, but unfortunately it does mean that he doesn't have any ultimate charge. Going to try and get that back up pretty quickly. The big thing that you'll see here, especially in this next round, in the next 30 seconds, is that Grandview is going to be staying very close to this point. They don't want to move off that too far, because once overtime hits, they don't get any more time on their clock just because they hit an objective point. They have to stay on it, and if they get knocked off, that's going to be the end. May getting that ultimate dropped, but Papa Bear is going to get the pick off on Jerryman. See, Buttercup getting 2 picks there, getting both of the supports out of the way. Zephyrus does get a pick off on, and as I say that, there's a little bit of damage there, but Shriek is going to get them. We're going to trying to get a little extra in there. DNF Man getting the pick there. And you can hear that back ult's being dropped as well. Not going to be very useful, though, for Grandview, as Zephyrus is going to back out and get himself out of the line of fire for that. We can hear that switch over to the Zarya now, coming out from Logan the Fry. And it's still in overtime, you can see here, but that extra checkpoint for Grandview is going to make it a little bit more challenging for Concordia on the offensive side. Remember, they only had a 1-second difference between the two teams this round. Zephyr's going to try and sneak around the long way. You can hear that Sigma ultimate being dropped. He's going to back out. Buttercup gets a pick off on Tywood. You can see that contesting still going on there. That hammer coming down. Getting a decent number of picks. Zephyrus gets a pick off on Jerryman, but you can see a lot of his teammates are already down. So for him, it's to stay alive and keep contesting to the best of his ability. Dino Man getting away with a lot of stuff. We'll see here. Round 3 is going to go to Grandview, managing to get all 3 on this next round here.
3 to 6.
3 to 6 with 0 time left on the clock. We'll see now if Concordia can manage to do the same thing with that 1 second of difference. Hopefully they'll have a little bit extra time on the clock. The odds are not in their favor, but we'll see what happens. That's a Metro pick for Grandview. Seemed to do a lot for them this round just because they had a bit more of an unexpected. And as these teams get themselves ready to go here, we'll see. We'll hopefully see what the picks are for Concordia, Nebraska. You can hear a Winston, an Ana, a Soldier. No, wait, that's a Sigma. Not sure why we're not seeing anything except for floating cars and line to go to get to the objective. There it is. Echo's Bleach coming in as BAP. We can see that Reaper coming back from Reactions. Or Reactions actually going to play Soldier, and Zephyr's going to go as Reaper. My apologies. Of course, we got that Sigma and that Winston for Concordia as well. Reaction's immediately going to start moving down that lower level there, trying to get some early picks off, and the rest of the team is going to follow them. Very small space to get picks off of, and it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge for Concordia to get through, especially since Grandview does have that slight height advantage. But Reaction's going to try and sneak around, get a little bit more on those off angles there. And Concordia is realizing that that wasn't quite the plan. Didn't quite work out for them. So they're going to start moving in from the main thoroughfare here. Get a couple of picks there, we'll see. Buttercup getting taken out by Reactions. Blitz manages to get a pick off on Logan the Fry. Already some ults coming in there. Streak's going to get picked off as well. We got that Mei still in there. But Concordia is already capturing the majority of the points. And as I say that, Grandview starts to move down to contest. Jerryman getting a couple of picks from that high ground there. Still two on there and one person down there as Grandview starts to move themselves back in. We can see that Winston moving in to get a little bit extra charge there. But it doesn't look like it's going to be quite enough, and with 30 seconds left to go, Concordia's going to have to work quickly if they want to get in and get that last push.
30 seconds remaining.
Let's see here. Everybody's getting themselves stacked up and ready to go. Looks like they're going to go through the top side this time. Logan the Fry moving in the front. A lot of damage coming in right off the bat. And you can see Jerryman gets the pick off on Logan the Fry right off the bat. And Concordia's realizing, oh snap, we need to get up there. So they're going to go back to that main way. Zephyr's going to drop off to the top. Hopefully try and get a little bit of damage in there. And is going to drop down to the point. And with that, overtime hits. Jerryman dropping his ult. He's going to get 1, 2, 3 ults. 3 picks off there. Buttercup picking off Papa Bear and dropping that Shatter. And this game is going, or this round of the game is going to go to Grandview. And as we get ourselves ready for this next round, we'll take a short pause here. And we will come back for our next round. Escort. Gibraltar. All right, looks like Concordia's actually going to have a sub here for this next round. We'll see who comes in. Skelly Wolfie. All right. We're going to be going to our third round here. This is going to be an escort round at Watch Point Gibraltar. We got a sub coming in for Overwatch, or for the Concordia side. They are going to be switching out, I believe. Let's see here. Going to be Echo here being switched out for. Let's see who it is.
Skelly Wolfie is subbed in this
There
round.
we go. Skelly Wolfie.
Never.
All right, and Concordia is going to be starting off in defense. You can see Papa Bear coming in as Ana, Reactions coming in as Soldier 76, Zephyr's coming in as Ash, Skull Wolf coming in as Mercy.
Attackers incoming in
We got Sigma coming in once again, and Roadhog for the last member of the Concordia defense this round.
Just taking out the trash.
A lovely day for field research.
And as they get themselves set up here for this first round on defense,
Is that a costume?
you can hear a Baptiste there on the Grandview team.
one. Attackers
And that
incoming.
Zephyr's gonna get that damage boost there, try to get a little bit of
The payload.
You made no
extra damage off on the top here. But not gonna seem to land a mark on anyone. And this first engagement is going to go down here. You can see that Reinhardt coming in, trying to get within slashing distance. That May coming in as well. Reactions gets a quick pick off. Jerryman and Blitz are gonna get a couple of picks. You can see Jerryman also in there. Zephyrus gets a pick off on Blitz as well, and Skelly Wolf manages to get that res on Reactions. But it looks like that payload is getting dropped underneath there, so Concordia's going to need to drop down quick to contest, or pick everybody off entirely. And as I can say that, you can see our two tanks are going to start dropping down, get a little bit of damage brawling going down there. That Sigma shield getting pretty low. It's going to get dropped right before it gets too late. You can see now a lot of Grandview team coming in from that very small space. You can see those DPS, though, being up at the top. Huge advantage because they're going to be able to get a lot of picks with that extra height. Skelly Wolf coming in to get a little bit extra little extra healing in there. Papa Bear getting a nice pick off on Shrike. And we can hear that swap for Logan the Fry. He's going to switch back over to the Wrecking Ball.
Thank you.
Reactions gets a pick off on Dex. And we got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. You can already see Logan the Fry moving forward a little bit. Try to get some more. You can see that Hanzo switch now. We saw him earlier as Widowmaker, but he's not going to be playing Hanzo, looks like. And as we say that, Grandview is going to get ready for the next round. Zephyr's getting a nice shot with that TNT there. And is going to drop that Bob in there. We'll see if it hits anything. Looks like it isn't quite going to. Just going to run off the edge.
It just ran clear off the map.
Just right off the map. You hate to see it. Logan the Fry going to come in and get a little bit there. Blitz is going to lose that immortality field. And you can see with Grandview jumping on that high ground, they're a very brawl-heavy team, which in this case doesn't seem to be working too well for him. Buttercup's going to get picked up. Jerryman's going to get a pick off on Zephyrus there. You can see Jerryman over there on the left. Shrike gets a pick Zephyrus is going to get res, though, by Skelly Wolf's Mercy. Ooh, and as Jerryman getting a nice little snipe there. We got 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock, so it looks like Concordia has a decent lead there, but they're going to back out and get a little bit reset for this next team fight. And Grandview's going to have 3 minutes left to go. You can see 2 ults there already. Tywood with that Gravitational Surge, and Mercy with the Valkyrie. On the top there, you can see that tank dropping down, join the rest of the team for Grandview. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left, so you can already see they're starting to get around. Dean of Mean's going to get a pick off on Logan the Fry, trying to get around and get a little bit in there. And there's going to be 2 ults dropped there for Grandview. We're going to see that the back window as well as that Rhine Shatter coming down. And Concordia's going to back out once again. Get a quick res there. Skelly Wolf dropping the Valkyrie ult. And there's ultimate number 3 coming in, and 4 for Grandview. They're going to use that to finish getting this point. Papa Bear going to jump himself off, as well as Skelly Wolf, just so they can regroup and reset with the rest of their team. We can see already, though, a couple of ults being dropped and ready to go. Tywood trying to drop back, get back as far as possible without getting eliminated. Doesn't quite work for him, though. And Grandview's got a little bit under 4 minutes left on the clock to get this last objective. Skelly Wolf's going to get the res on Tywood there, and they're going to start moving in on that. Start contesting that point. Let's see here as we get into this next fight. Not a lot really going on there. We see that Bob getting dropped. Doesn't do too much except for push Grandview back a little bit from that point. Jerryman gets a nice pick there. And that ultimate is going to get dropped. May ult getting dropped as well. Let's see here, Jerryman getting some nice picks. Reaction gets a pick off on Dean. And it's going to start backing out. Those 2 tanks are coming in hard, though. Not going to be quite enough. You can see they're getting sort of tripled up on. Zephyrus gets a pick there off on Jerryman, switching over to Tracer. Still managing to contest, though. You can see they're very close to making it all the way there. Papa Bear getting a nice pick there on Blitz. Just those 2 tanks left to go. And there goes 1. Buttercup getting picked off. Mace coming back in now as well, you can see. And Tywood gets a pick there on Dex. But it looks like Grandview has backed off from this team fight for the time being. You can see a couple of ultimates starting to get formed there. Reaction's pretty close to having his. A few more ultimates coming in as well. And as Grandview starts resetting, get themselves in for another team fight. You can see the BAP going in there up top. That window's going to be dropped right in front of the payload, though. We can see another surge being dropped there by Zarya. Shatter coming in. And High Noon going to get a couple of... That's going to get a pick, a singular pick. Papa Bear doing a decent job of staying outside of that gravitational surge there. Skull Wolf gets a res. And we're going to see that ultimate there from Tywood getting a pick. You can see Jerryman's still over there getting some picks, but not getting picked off by Logan the Fry, Zephyrus. And we got 1 minute and 45 left on the clock. Looks like Grandview hasn't yet got that 3rd point, though, which is good. It's good. We want to see Concordia get that 3 point before Grandview does. And Concordia is going to start regrouping, start holding that corner. You can see those tanks moving very quickly. Buttercup's going to get that first pick, getting Logan the Fry picked off. Zephyrus gets off the pick on Jerryman. Skelly Wolf's going to get a res there. And get that res back in, get Logan the Fry back up there. You see that ultimate coming in from the Lucio on Grandview's side. See, Bits gets a pick off there on Papa Bear. Skelly Wolf, unfortunately, doesn't quite make it in there. We got that May ult getting dropped. And
60 seconds.
with 60 seconds left on the clock, we'll see if anybody can tap before time's up. Not quite going to happen. And with 55 seconds left on the clock, round 1 is complete, with Grandview getting 3 points.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
And now we'll switch off with Concordia taking the offensive side. We'll see how they do. We'll give our teams, once again, that 30 seconds to get ready. Alright, and as we get ourselves ready for this next round here, we're going to see reactions coming in as Farah, Papa Bear coming in as McCree,
You can send your people to find me.
Wolf coming back in as Mercy,
Very well.
Baptiste as well, and as I say that, looks like that McCree is getting replaced with a Widowmaker for this.
Damage boost engaged.
You can hear that damage boost going off. We got that Diva coming in as well. 13 seconds left on the clock before we get this second round going, and we'll see how Concordia manages to do on the offensive side of things. They're gonna get themselves set up and ready to go.
Waste this opportunity. 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Escort the payload.
And Logan the Fry coming back in, of course, as the ball. Looks like Grandview's gonna go for a very far back setup. You can see them set up there around the corner. Zephyrus getting some decent shots in there with Widowmaker. But you can see that Grandview's going pretty far back. We saw this again. We saw this as well with Concordia on the last round. But the big difference here being that that Zephyrus going for a very high ground. You can see that Diva now trying to flank around from behind. Hopefully get a little bit of extra damage in there. But it's not going to be quite enough, and that Diva is going to get DMX'd. And the first pick of the round is going to go to Concordia, picking off Strike. Zephyrus getting a second pick there, knocking out Jerryman. You can see reactions dropping down there, just to get that payload moving a little bit further. You can see that May still coming in. And Logan the Fry going to come in, get that pick off on that May, the Dean of Me. Papa Bear also coming in with a pick off on Buttercup. You can see the Diva and the May over there in the back. You can see them trying to hold off this attack for as long as they can. But it's not going to be quite enough, and Concordia's going to get it with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock, giving them a 5-minute advantage. Something that Grandview definitely did not have when taking the first point. We can see that Winston switch off coming now from Grandview.
Routing power to forward shield.
Which is going to be incredibly helpful, but they'll get themselves moving. You can also see that Sniper as well. As we move through there, you can already see that we've got 2 ultimates there. The first one being dropped, the second one there. Buttercup's going to get a couple of picks off, knocking out Zephyrus and Skelly. But that payload is still moving forward. That's a big thing to keep in mind for this round, is that payload is going to continue moving so long as Concordia is on it. Even if the fight's not necessarily at the payload, which, as I say that, it is now. But the fact that Concordia was able to keep it moving as far as they did, virtually uncontested, and with so much time left on the clock, is quite impressive, and it's going to be incredibly useful for them for this next fight. You can see Logan the Fry using that ball to get a lot. And we can see Tywood just backing out of the way of that Diva bomb from Grandview. Papa Bear getting a pick off on Buttercup Bits, picking off Logan the Fry. And we're going to see Concordia move that payload through that choke point there and keep it going forward. You can see that a lot of ultimates there on the Concordia side. Picks off there from Papa Bear. You can see that Diva's still contesting. Both of the tanks still on there. And the Rocket Barrage from Reactions is going to get a couple of picks, knocking out... Oh, there's 3 there. Shriek, Dex, and the Winston. Skella is going to get that resin on the Reactions. And with 4 minutes and 52 seconds left on the clock, Concordia's definitely got the huge advantage time-wise. You can see Zephyrus flanking up there with the McCree. Probably got his ult ready to go. And we'll see that BAP ult, the BAP window being dropped. Concordia is going to use that, just back off out of the way. They've got the time to get it moving forward. They don't have to worry about it quite as much. And there's a window being dropped from Concordia's side, and they're going to use that to their advantage. Dinamine gets a pick off on Logan the Fry. But you can see there that Concordia's already got that most of the way around the corner. We still got 4 minutes left to go. That Diva bomb from Tywood getting 2 picked off. The Diva for Shrike getting a couple as well. And Juryman gets another pick off as well on Tywood with the Deadeye. Still a little bit of advantage on time there. You can see Zephyr still got his ult. Looking for a good spot to back out though. And we can see Logan Fry coming in with that bomb as well. He's going to try and back out to the best of his ability. And the two of them together, him and Mr. Papa Bear together, are going to be able to hold off that. Skelly gets the res in on reactions. Looks like Logan's trying to get a good spot to get up there, get some height, and drop those bombs. Not going to quite work for him though. 3 minutes 18 seconds left on the clock. You can see that high ground advantage definitely being used. There's those mines from Logan the Fry. They're going to try and use that, capitalize it. You can see the Diva's already pretty low.
Heroes never die.
Up there on the top of the tree. Keep an eye out for. Rocket Barrage being dropped from Farah. Manages to get the Diva team-match, but Jerryman is going to get that pick though. Another window coming out. And the Blizzard coming in here as well. Payload is getting pretty close. Looks like it's going to be very close to a team kill, though. You can see Tywood trying to back out as best as they can. Actually managing to get pretty far. And there he goes. But 2 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. It's going to give Concordia a chance to regroup. We're going to see reactions switch off to Junkrat now. Try to use those Junkrat bombs to get a little bit of an off angle. Concordia definitely has the time that they need to regroup, but they do want to have a decent chunk of time with this next round so they can make it all the way. The more time they've got on the clock, the more time they'll have when rounds 3 and 4 hit. See Zephyrus hanging out up top, waiting for the right opportunity to get down and use that Death Blossom. If he can get the right timing in there, he's going to have a huge advantage. As I say that, he's going to drop around, and he is going to drop back out. That May getting away with a lot of stuff so far. We're underneath 2 minutes left on the clock here. Ooh, and Zephyrus unfortunately getting picked off from that bomb, as well as Skelly Wolf. Not quite able to get out of the way of that. We're going to see another Diva Bomb going off from Concordia's side. Doesn't pick anybody off, though. I think that May wall was up in the way. Minute and 30 seconds left on the clock now, and Concordia is going to need to start making some moves if we want to get this next round.